Welcome back to the Stockwell Eldridge Show. I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
And I'm
Dancing.
Dawn Eldridge.
I know. I was gonna say.
We just
Let's
had
music.
we just had Johnny Z step in studio.
Oh right.
That is the John Zeman with Vanquish AP. If you're checking us out on YouTube, you can see him in his fancy attire and his marketing folder here. Vanquish AP Property Management. Welcome, John.
Thank you.
John was in a little traffic incident this morning, but
Sure was. Parked in by a crane, but we got through it eventually.
Hey, it's a
Found
sign of the
driver.
times. That's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
And they were building apartment buildings.
Yeah,
which is
they're
even better,
building, so that's good. The
It's
economy's
just a
going
future
good.
client for me, so I can't complain too much.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Running late.
Very good. And we have, of course, Stephanie Havel.
Hey,
A
Sparkles.
little sore from working out. Stephanie's on a new workout program after the first of the year. Do you want
Yep.
to share anything about that?
Getting healthy. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's called Actually, I was thinking we should have him as a guest on the show. It's called Fitaholic, and it's an amazing gym. It's kickboxing and strength training.
Oh, wow.
And Damian Meyer is his name. He's the one that owner and trainer. And no mercy. No mercy. Class starts right at 7 o'clock. And it's just, you go like crazy for 45 minutes. It's kickboxing
So your
or
class
strength
starts
training
out with like 50, and then by the end of the month, you'll have 10 left? Is
Yeah,
that how it works?
it's kind of like a click. It's kind of, you kind of get addicted to it. Like, you sometimes feel like, what's new? And it's like, I feel like that's the first thing I want to say.
Nice.
For a while there, it was Tony Robbins. Okay, I've kind of moved that, that inspired me. But yeah, it's just, it is. It's just a great feeling to just get moving. We always talk about it, but it's a 12-week program. And what's
that's
nice
good.
about it is it's always the same people. And so if you miss, you know who's not there because we all kind of like, you all have your one spot where you stand. Like, I'm front left. I always go to the front, left side, second row. That's my spot. And so, like, if, Susie's not there, like, hey, where were you yesterday? And so you almost go because,
You
my
have
God,
to,
they're going to know
yeah.
I didn't go. Like yesterday I had to go at 5:30 at night versus 7 in the morning. I felt like I had to explain to everybody why I wasn't there yet. Like, I had a meeting in the morning, but I went last night. And,
Yep.
but yeah, it's
Cool.
great. It's a great fitness. It's called Fitaholic. It's in Ham Lake, so check that out.
No,
that sounds
if
fun.
you could do 12 weeks, that's pretty good. I actually just did some research for a client on New Year's resolutions for a healthcare related client. So like 80% of people's New Year's resolutions have to do with better health, whether it's working out, dieting,
Eating
losing
better,
weight, whatever,
all
all
that
that
stuff,
stuff.
yeah.
Drinking
And all
20
that.
gallons of
And- yeah,
water.
and by the end of January, the people that actually follow through is like 52%, and then that number falls drastically after 6 months. So, if you
really? Wow.
if you make it that 3 months, you'll be in good shape. You'll
Oh,
be, You'll
yeah.
be way ahead of your peers that have made.
I'm
the
paying too good of
resolution,
money
so.
to give up.
That's a good thing. Yeah,
If any-
and if you're got to pay a lot for it, you're going to go, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Right. Well, and I said, I think it is the accountability. I'm sure,
Yeah.
you're probably in that article. We talk about it with anything, really. It's I'm sure you have it with your, your spouse or your kids or something, somebody holding you. I'm single, so I got nobody telling me what to do and when to do it. So I leave it to the fitness instructors, So, but yeah,
cool.
it's good. That's good to know.
I did one of those though, and it was a weight loss challenge right around. I think it was last year or 2 years ago. It doesn't matter, but so it was a weight loss challenge, and I could lose a lot of weight, so I'm thinking I'm going to win, and it's like this intense interval training. It was an Orange Theory place.
Oh,
is the
yeah. I've
Oh,
heard
yeah.
of that as well.
plug. But they won't appreciate the plug. Was where we're going with the story is. So I did this thing, and I was diligent about doing the class 3 or 4 times a week is where so to qualify. The end of it, I gained a pound.
Oh, my
So
God.
that was great. So
Well, but did you?
I was in really better. I was feeling a lot better. I was in a lot better shape. But the idea was to be less fat, and it didn't work.
Well, that's
for
what
me.
I said.
What
I
were you
forget this-
eating?
No, I didn't. They didn't, of course, come with a corresponding regimen. So I felt better about drinking it surly or something after going to the.
Well, they
workout.
always, Damien always, the abs are made in the kitchen.
Yeah.
They are not made in the gym.
That's
Their
what he
abs,
says. Oh, that's
abs
cool.
are made in the kitchen. Yeah.
So that's interesting, Noah. So
Interesting.
your company, Encompass Marketing, and then the Rowan Group does. And I know Noah because through Gustavus, correct?
Yep.
And Pete Peterson. We didn't know each other in college.
No.
I don't believe, but you knew Pete Peterson, a good friend of mine from college, and you're a good friend as well from
Yeah,
college, right?
yeah.
So-
Still see him. We're almost neighbors now in Plymouth. So
Nice.
Get to see him, and he's got a little kid now. So
Yes,
that's
congrats
fun.
him and
So,
Vera. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
now he doesn't come and take care of mine. So he is again, but, no, that's it.
And so this
great.
company, so you get to do research and find out statistics and data.
We do
and
no.
things.
So for the Rowan Group, we talk about a little bit. So that we're a public relations agency. So we have like I said,
little
a
PR.
wide variety of clients, but do several things in kind of real estate development, that kind of area. So I mean, and you guys are in the industry, especially now. You're incredibly busy, so a lot of times it's harder to keep up with marketing. You guys obviously do a good job. You're doing radio and YouTube, but not every real estate agent or team is on top of it like you guys are. So they'll call us and say, hey, how can we help? Can you help us? Or they don't have the expertise in technology. They want a website. They want to figure out how to get their listings out there and have no clue on social media because they've been doing real estate for 30 years but haven't kept up with technology. And so we'll help them do some of that and blogs and
What
take
are you
stuff from
finding is
yourself.
probably the most effective? I mean, or maybe just in your opinion, or what are you seeing more people going to, like blogs or social media, certain sites? Or-
What I tell my clients is just do something because most of them aren't, or they're doing some paid advertising or some direct mail or something like that. But communicate with the client base that you've built over this time. Is something as simple as email blasts, right? I mean, but they take time. Somebody has to write them. Somebody has to put together the information and make it interesting.
And you
can't
want
just
it
say,
good. You don't want it to be like,
hey, please, if you're going to sell your house, call me, right? Okay, well, nobody's ever going to read that, but give them some different things, and then helping them focus on what's your target market. You don't talk about selling homes on Lake Minnetonka if you've never sold a home on Lake Minnetonka. That's not your market segment. So focus on that. So
I see agents, and we're, God bless us, we're really good people, and we care about people, and we're trying to help them with the sell and buy, but we don't understand sometimes what our own strengths are and what we can do and are not good at doing. And then we try to do it all, and we do some of it horribly. So like the marketing piece, I see, and I'm guilty of this probably too, but just the Facebook marketing, like some people treat their personal page and it's all their business. And it's kind of like, I'm like, okay, hide that because I don't need to see every property all the time. And,
Right.
And then, or they'll target areas like you said, they live maybe in a certain neighborhood, but then they'll be just mass marketing, spending thousands of dollars somewhere where they don't know anything about,
Right. Yeah, no, it's helping them, sometimes build a brand in their team. And how do they distinguish? Obviously there's going to be a lot more real estate agents now with the hot market people.
It's already coming
wanna
out. The
come
classes have been full for like the last 2 years.
Right.
Right.
So how do you set yourself apart a little bit and get those leads and get people to say, okay, well, I could call, a whole host of people, but
thousands, 10,000. That's the tough part too. Is all the new ones that come in, they all know someone, right? That's going to buy or sell, right?
That's usually why they get
that
their
someone
license,
would
right?
have been maybe our client or a more experienced person that's been around. But we all start somewhere, right? So some of those are going to be
absolutely.
some of those agents are going to be rock star agents 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So that's. But
In regards to the marketing, do people still like do the old fashioned? Somebody, I don't know where it was I heard that, but people said that's kind of what more, because email is people get so inundated with emails that actually the old mailing postcard is kind of more coming back or more effective. Have you found that on your business?
Yeah, a little bit, and actually that's a perfect segue. We didn't even plan this into the other business is called Encompass Marketing. So we on my public relations business, and we have a good team of folks that we work with. We do more than just real estate and real estate marketing, but we saw this niche of how can we help people in a competitive market, get more leads and better market. And so we created a company called Encompass Marketing, and where we do a wide variety of different marketing services, especially for real estate. And the unique thing that we said is, okay, yeah, the postcards are working, but how do you follow up? Because you might get, as my business partner said, he gets all the direct mail and it goes into the trash. And so you're betting, and that's what direct mail is. You're betting that your piece is on top, and you get that 3 to 5, 7 seconds of eyeball time and then they need your service, right? And it's obviously it's worth it if they're going to buy the house in Lake Minnetonka. Great. But what else can we do? And how can we better use technology? And again, that's where we saw an opportunity in real estate and property management to say, hey, we understand technology. We don't, we're not in your business, but we understand our business, and I think we can work together. So we created a 3-touch tool for folks where we do a thing which is kind of an innovative technology called ringless voicemail, which means we can put a voicemail on your phone without it ringing. Which is great for two reasons. One, you're going to be curious. So first of all, from the marketer side, your customers are curious, so they're going to listen to it. But from the customer side, or the person receiving the voicemail, they like it because you didn't call them. You weren't in the middle of a meeting and your phone rang, and like I have companies and in sales, so I'm going to take calls no matter what because it might be the next client. And half the time it's spam. So spam calls, and you get upset, and you're like, I'm never doing business with them again, even if it's something product that I wanted. So the ringless voicemail, it just pops up and says you have a voicemail. You can listen to it at your own convenience, and we get about a 96% listen rate on those voicemails.
Really?
So when we're doing stuff for realtors, saying let's take an area and market your open house or your new listing, or say, hey, you know what, I just sold. We were working with a client. They sold 2 houses on the same block, so we took a mile radius, and it was the same thing you were talking about, multiple offers. Said let's take an area and saturate it. We'll hit them with direct mail. We'll hit them with our voicemail and email, and the results were great. So that's
and the voicemail thing is key because even people that I really like, if calling, and then with cell phones now, it's like you want to take the call, so you take the call, but you're kind of a little discouraged. You take the call because you're in the middle of something, or the kids are doing something, or who knows what's going on.
Right.
So my buddy, who I went to college, I went to high school with, said, he doesn't answer the phone ever, hardly. I mean, he texts me if you need something. If he doesn't know you, he says text him, because otherwise it's going to be an annoyance.
Right.
And
we could talk about text too. We do a lot of that, but there's a lot more rules about that. But that's certainly something.
We'll be back with more, folks. Stay tuned. You listen to the Stockwell Eldridge Show every Sunday, 10 a.m. here on AM 1280 The Patriot. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned.
I don't touch that radio. I don't touch that radio. I don't touch that knob. Don't touch them knobs.